Supra-eruption after attrition due to aging is replaced by which of the following process? The options are apical cementum deposition, apical bone deposition, apical calcification and apical deposition of dentin. Now, let's begin with the term attrition. Attrition is nothing but mechanical wearing of the tooth surfaces, that is, the wearing of the occlusal or the incisal surfaces as well as the proximal surfaces of the tooth. And this attrition brings about the loss of tooth structure, that is, loss of enamel followed by loss of dentin. And this brings about a reduction in clinical crown height. But this is not evident because the attrition is compensated or it is accompanied by supra-eruption of the teeth. And now correlating this with a question, the first point to observe is as a result of aging, there occurs attrition of the teeth and this attrition is accompanied by or it is replaced by supra-eruption of the teeth. And this supra-eruption is accompanied by which of the following given process is our question. To understand this in a better way, say this is the anterior tooth and in case of a newly erupted tooth, we will also observe mamelons, but with function or with age, what happens? There is loss of mamelon. At the same time, there is loss of clinical crown height, but it is not evident because it is immediately compensated by supra-eruption. This can be understood just by comparing the occlusal level of both the teeth. Okay, so I'm just demonstrating here that there is loss of tooth structure, there is loss of enamel at the incisal surfaces which is going to bring about reduction in the crown height. But clinically it is not evident because there is supra-eruption of the tooth that is taking place. The tooth moves incisally out of gingiva. So in such case what happens? It is to achieve occlusion with opposing tooth and therefore now the incisal edge, it is at the level of the occlusion, but you can observe that along with the crown even the root tends to move out of the socket because supra-eruption includes the movement of the crown with the root. But it is very essential to maintain the anchorage of the tooth with the supporting periodontal tissues and this is achieved by cementum. Therefore, this supra-eruption or this incisal migration is compensated by cementum deposition at the apical region of the tooth. And therefore, the anchorage is also not compromised and at the same time, the occlusion is also achieved by supra-eruption of the tooth. And therefore, you can observe that there is cementum deposition at the apex in case of supra-eruption of the tooth. And now, it is essential to understand the two different phases of eruption. One is the active phase of eruption and another is passive phase of eruption. Active eruption is the actual movement of the tooth towards the occlusal plane, whereas the passive eruption, in simpler terms, it denotes the exposure of the tooth via apical migration of the gingiva. Apical migration of gingiva. Active eruption is observed when the tooth erupts into the oral cavity and until it reaches the occlusal plane. And this active eruption is accompanied by bone deposition. Whereas passive eruption occurs with aging. That is, in case of attrition, which brings about supra-eruption. So, it is a good example of passive eruption that occurs in one's life. Okay, so this passive eruption, it is accompanied by cementum deposition at the apex. It is accompanied by cementum deposition. And now we can understand that by this picture. So, normally the level of gingiva will be on the enamel, but if there is supra-eruption, attrition followed by supra-eruption, what happens? We can observe there is apical migration of the gingiva because there is incisal movement of the tooth towards the incisal plane. and therefore this portion of the tooth is getting exposed in case of supra-eruption, and that is what clinically we term it as gingival recession that is evident. Therefore, passive eruption brings about the gingival recession, exposure of the tooth via apical migration of gingiva. Therefore, this attrition followed by supra-eruption is a good example of passive eruption of the tooth. And next important point we should know are the 4 different stages observed during passive eruption. And these 4 stages, they are based on the position of junctional epithelium and at the location of the gingival sulcus on the tooth surfaces. And if you look into the first picture, stage 1, you can observe that the junctional epithelium is on the enamel, whereas the base of the gingival sulcus is also on the enamel, and this denotes the normal position of the junctional epithelium and the gingival sulcus once the tooth reaches the occlusal plane. Whereas stage 2, you can observe that there is an increase in the thickness of junctional epithelium, there is proliferation of the junctional epithelium, and it is partly on the enamel and partly on the cementum, whereas the base of the gingival sulcus is still on the enamel. And with aging, it gets proceeded to stage 3, where you can observe that the junctional epithelium is completely on the cementum and the base of the gingival sulcus is apically shifted to the level of CEJ. Okay, so this is the level of CEJ and base of gingival sulcus is now at the level of CEJ. And then comes stage 4, where you can observe that the junctional epithelium is on the cementum and the base of the gingival sulcus is also on the cementum. And we can make that this portion of the tooth is completely exposed into the oral cavity. So the stages progress with supra-eruption of the teeth, that is towards the occlusal plane to maintain the occlusion with the antagonist, and it is accompanied by apical migration of the gingiva and the junctional epithelium. Okay, and that is what is demonstrated in this picture, the 4 different stages of passive eruption. And now getting back to our question, supra-eruption, which occurs to compensate the loss of tooth by attrition during aging, is compensated or is achieved by cementum deposition at the apical region. Therefore, the right answer here is option 1. The cementum is getting deposited at the apex in case of anteriors, whereas the cementum gets deposited at the apex as well as in the furcation areas in case of posterior teeth. Okay, so this can be correlated with the age changes of the cementum. That is, with aging, the cementum thickness increases to 3-fold and it is more evident at the apical regions and at the furcation areas of the teeth. Okay, therefore, the most appropriate and the right answer here is the supra-eruption is replaced by apical cementum deposition.